Well, buying a home or selling a home, it's a pretty big deal. It's a life change, right? So you want to be sure you're partnering with someone who you trust, and even better, someone whose values align with yours. Christina Seawick is the owner of Windermere Sun Capital Partners, and she's here to talk about the values she says sets her brokerage apart. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I'm excited to talk to you because you have a great philosophy, and it starts with the go-giver philosophy. I know there's a book by that title, but for those who are unfamiliar, what does that mean for you and your brokerage?
For us, it means simply giving more than you receive.
Okay, pretty simple. And then how do you guys do that in real estate?
So we lead by adding value with knowledge. We want to make sure that we are gaining trust by providing as much knowledge as we can about the real estate market and perhaps about other things that are going on in the real estate market. For example, compensation agreements, that has been a hot topic lately.
Yes, there's been a lot of changes happening, but I want to talk about that local expertise because it really does matter. So many people are moving here from out of state. So talking and working with a real estate agent who knows the area is really important.
It is really important. So we make sure that we're up to date on all of the local news, all of the happenings around in and around the valley, the new construction homes, the market trends. Is that particular pocket around the valley a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? That's what our clients really want to know. So when you're looking at buying or selling, sometimes people say to an agent, is now a good time to buy or sell?
Yes.
And the real answer is it's really person specific. So one thing that if you ask that statement to an agent and they blanket say, yes, it's a great time to buy, without asking you sort of your pain points and what you want to gain out of a real estate transaction, let's say if you're selling your home, the answer is going to vary client to client.
Okay, and so if you're getting a blanket answer, that could maybe be a red flag.
We feel that it is,
Yeah,
yes.
that you might not be working with the best, or somebody who maybe has your best interest at heart.
Yes, because you have to think, what are your goals? Are you looking to perhaps to sell your home? Is it more advantageous to you to update a little bit, to paint, to maybe add some additional new hardware? And then maybe it's going to take you a little bit of time to do that, and it's better for you to kind of save up and maybe list in fall versus trying to get on in spring.
Okay, I've never heard a realtor suggest that we wait to list our home. Like that in itself is mind-blowing. This philosophy and everything that you base your brokerage on comes from some personal experience as well. A lot of resilience in your personal journey and your professional journey, moving to the valley, having to start from scratch with a new brokerage. Also had, again, a personal setback when you fell off a horse and you got right back on it. So talk about the perseverance that you've had to demonstrate and how that has led into your business.
Sure. So with me, I guess I've always just been resilient sort of my whole life. I grew up on a farm. I grew up riding when I was a little girl, and I just always came with the philosophy of you have to get back on. Literally, you have to get back on your horse.
Yes.
And so when I was faced with extra challenges, with moving to a new market after I'd been a successful realtor for about 20 years up in the Seattle market, up in the Pacific Northwest, I came down here and I didn't know anybody. I think I underestimated that a little bit of how it would take, I would need to get my own stride, here in the valley, and to get people to know, like, and trust me. Trust being, the key piece for us at our brokerage. And I think for me, it's just I've never, maybe silly enough, thought that I couldn't achieve things. And so I just get back up and I keep on going. And at times it's hard. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say, oh, it's been so easy. I mean, no, it's been really challenging, and sometimes I get emotional, when I talk about it, because it was a really hard, struggling journey, that I'm still kind of in the midst and going through, but I think I see the road to success, down here. I feel that success with my agents. That's how I really track it. They're out there, they're getting appointments with clients, they're helping buyers, they're helping sellers, and that's how I truly define success.
And that client-centric approach, again, the go-giver philosophy really sets you guys apart from so many others. Thank you so much for being here. You can reach Christina and her team by visiting WindermereSunCapital.com or by calling the number on your screen.